Dear God, I got one question. I need to know, do revolutionaries go to heaven? And if so, may their legacies last forever and their seeds grow. Tell them that we love them so and never let them die slow. It's like we cursed to be born black. We was kings and queens, now look where we at. I know it won't be long before we take it back. I just hope I live long enough to see it happen, and that's a fact. Cause one thing when you pro-black, you might love your people, but they may not love you back. For more than 400 years, we've been under attack. We survived slavery and then they gave us crack. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? 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 I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope so. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope.
The COVID-19 pandemic has greatly reduced the opportunity to see bands perform live. Do yourself a favor and check out the Mollywop Experience video concert. When you buy a $10 ticket, you will experience 90 minutes of Mollywop's hard-driving rhythms, smooth vocal harmonies, and wise mind lyrics. Recorded live in concert in Detroit on October 1st. This concert features original and classic funk, rock, reggae, soul, and hip-hop. Your ticket allows you to view the Mollywop Experience video concert multiple times until January 31st, 2021. Get your ticket now at mollywopjams.com.
Peace, King. How you doing?
Peace. My apologies. I was trying to get on my phone. I couldn't get on, but as soon as I tried on the laptop, it linked right up.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. How you feeling? You good?
Yeah, man. I'm good. You know, it's been some trials and tribulations in life, but I guess that's just the nature of life on planet Earth.
Yeah, man. No doubt. But you still standing strong, man. Like I said before, you definitely an inspiration to many people in the community across the country.
Give thanks. Your inspiration as well.
I truly appreciate that. I'm gonna get right into it. I know you got a lot of moves to make. Thank you everybody for tuning in.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead, bro.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Taye Speaks. We got a very special guest in the house. Definitely a leader, very inspiring, somebody that does countless things for the community in efforts to liberate our people, educate our people, feed our people. Somebody I truly admire, somebody that I have reached out to on many occasions. He definitely always got some words of encouragement, very positive and enlightening brother. Without further ado, welcome to the show. It's definitely an honor. For the viewers who may not know you, let them know what your name is and definitely let them know where you're from.
Peace, Brother Uhuru. First of all, thank you. It's always a pleasure to link with you. And I have great respect and admiration for the work that you're doing, especially the international Pan-African vision that you have, because a lot of times that doesn't get advanced as we're talking about how we move to our liberation. But my name is Malik Yakini, and I'm executive director of the Detroit Black Community Food Security Network. And we do several things in Detroit, including operating a 7-acre farm. We have a youth program called the Food Warriors Youth Development Program. And we're building a brand new 34,000 square foot building that will house the Detroit People's Food Co-op, a cooperatively owned grocery store that we initiated. I also play guitar and lead a band called Mollywop. And so those are the two main things I do, food related things and music, but all within the context of Black liberation.
Wow, that's major, man. That's definitely major. Keep up the great work, King. Let me see. I want to take it back to the beginning. So, what was it like for you as a musician actually growing up in Motown and being a part of that experience?
Well, when Motown was at its height, I was a child. So I was born in 1956. I grew up in the 60s. So Motown was really the soundtrack of my childhood. But I wasn't a musician. I started playing guitar, I think, in 1971. And, again, of course, Motown, all those melodies and things were just part of my cultural memory. It was just part of growing up. But so I mean, it was always an influence in the music, and as we started playing instruments, of course, one of the first things we tried to play was My Girl. That's got pretty simple bass lines. Everybody's trying to do that. But more so, I think during that time period, there was just a lot of musicians in Detroit. Some of them worked for Motown, some of them played with other groups, but there was a culture of live music. When I was in high school, there were many, many bands. Any Friday night, you could go to a local union hall or another kind of hall. And on any Friday night, there might be 3 different things you could go to where there were live bands playing of my peers, of high school students who were very, very good. And some of them went on to become, world-class, well-known musicians. But there was this culture, there were a lot of people playing instruments, and it was really, it was popular within the community. But then my analysis is what happened in the mid 70s or so. Disco became real big. And so instead of hiring a whole band to come in and play, people were hiring a DJ where you're just paying one person, and you don't have all the complication that comes along with having a live band. And disco was the popular music of the era, and so it kind of made live music go into a decline. And then after that, by the late 70s, hip hop was emerging, and it was kind of drawing in some ways on disco and drawing on the R&B culture, of the previous years, through sampling that music. So it also, was more a recorded music genre. It wasn't really live bands for the most part in hip hop. And so, so live music, I think, has suffered really for the last 40 years or so. Growing up in Detroit, it had a tremendous influence on me. It was everywhere. Now, not so much.
Oh, okay. Wow. I definitely appreciate you sharing that. I mean, Detroit is like the mecca of Black American culture. Is not a lot of cities that can compare in terms of Blackness. A lot of music come up out of there, just everything you could dream of, a majority Black city. So, that's something that I always admired about Detroit. Coming from Cleveland, we had family up there. We would get to go up there sometime. It's always been an amazing city, nevertheless.